Hey, my name's Tai Woffinden, two-time World Speedway champion, three-time British champion, and got my little farm bike out because it's easier to ride this than it is to walk around. I got started with Speedway when I was in Australia, obviously just like growing up young and wanting to do something different, and got the opportunity to ride a Speedway bike. So once we bought one of them, we just went out and started riding and getting some laps in, and one thing led to another, and then we ended up getting some flights out to Europe and racing out here. And none of my mates were doing it with me. It was just like something that me and my mum and dad did on the weekend, so it was pretty cruisy. And then yeah, when we came out to Europe, that was like it full time then. Like we was living in a caravan and cruising around and riding my bike, and it was good fun. I built a little 110 track out the back, so we'll just go have a look at that and check it out. Step on and then single out, right hander, left hander, over some rollers. This is going to be a sand section. That's me 110 track. Just got to wait for my bike to be finished now, and then I'm sweet and I can ride it every day. Obviously the first World Championship I was a lot better prepared that year, mentally, physically and mechanically, and you know, just went through the motions. And you know, at the start of the season it was like, let's secure a spot for next year, finish in the top 8. And then I was in the top 8, so we had to adjust the goals for a podium or a medal. And then obviously I was in bronze position, then went to silver, and then gold, and won the title. So it was an amazing feeling. A lot of hard work and sacrifices went into that, but all the years prior, and then to finally do it was cool. The first one means the most. The second one was like we was going to work, but it wasn't the same as the first. You know, the first is like the first, so it's hard to compare with that one. No eggs. I should have got an egg out of the house and made it look realistic. The British Grand Prix is the biggest event on the calendar. You know, it might not Warsaw might have 60,000 people, and Cardiff only 40, 45, but the atmosphere at Cardiff's just something else. I'm already excited about when I walk out and they announce my name. It just gives you goosebumps. It's such an amazing feeling, and it's still kind of hard for me to understand that, you know, people like me for what I do. Might sound strange, but like I still see myself as the kid that came over from Australia to race my dirt bike. So, you know, when I see all the crowd that comes for the Monster signing and for the BSI signing, and you know, all the little events that we have on leading up to the big event, and you know, there's flags with my name on, and it just like, it blows my mind. I can't get my head around it. My name's Jason Doyle. I'm an Australian Speedway rider. I'm the reigning world champion. The season hasn't started how I wanted it to, especially I didn't know how to expect to become world champion and then to retain it, so it's been quite difficult the first couple of months, but I seem to be pulling through now and getting the good points. I was always the one chasing the world champion, and now I'm getting chased. As long as it's fair racing and they beat me fair and square, then I don't mind that, but it's sometimes a little bit dangerous, and they do moves that shouldn't be really done on the racetrack, but it's been tough. We normally ride 3 or 4 times a week. In the season that I don't come home sometimes. I stay in a lot of hotels. It can be lonely. I drive a lot by myself. I normally only spend maybe every Thursday night at home with my wife, and then head off Friday to either the Grand Prix or to Poland. This week's quite hectic. We start today in Manchester, then we've got back-to-back meetings in Sweden this week, then back to England for Swindon on Thursday, and then we head all the way down to Cardiff on Friday to have practice for the Grand Prix, and then Saturday night is the big one in Cardiff. This is my home Grand Prix. As everyone knows, that there's no Australian Grand Prix this year. When you hear the English riders come to the line, their name get announced, that you can't even hear your own engine. It's a deafening noise, and it's also a nice feeling to know that they've got a lot of support, and I'm the same as well. I get a lot of support when my name gets called, and Cardiff is not just the speedway, but it's the atmosphere outside of the stadium. Everyone knows that I didn't mind having a bit of a party before I got in the Grand Prix, so I see the side of the fun outside, where all the boys are on the beers, all the women are having a few wines, and it's a nice atmosphere. Since the shoey little trend come in, I haven't really gone out as much, so I've only done it once, and that was at Stockholm, and I actually twice lied. I done it at Melbourne after I won the world title with some dirty boot what was laying about in the casino there. There's always a good little story at the end of it on the Sunday to who got too drunk, got kicked out of a few nightclubs, and I guess that's Speedway.
Welcome to Cardiff, the highlight of the Speedway Grand Prix series, well, for us Brits anyway. And right behind me, that was for me the Tunnel of Dreams, where as a rider, as you're walking up there, you really feel the atmosphere start to build, heart starts to race. I'm getting goosebumps right now, hair on the back of my neck staying on end. And you come in here, 50,000 people screaming, probably 30,000 air horns, and with the roof closed, the atmosphere has absolutely nowhere to go. And then as we come on track, for some reason, these good people have let me have another ride, so let's go have a play. So in 2009, it was pretty much this spot right here where I went dancing with Emil. What a funny night that was. Yeah, come right in here, come to the pit gate, and a few handbags at dawn, a couple of riders got involved, I think, to break it up, but all gone and forgotten now, and I wish Emil all the best. The start gate, it's almost like a minefield, so they can literally find an initial piece that they really like. They could be gambling on what happens after the start line. Okay, I'm going from a fresh piece of dirt, so just blip the clutch a couple of times, try and get a little bit more traction. Right, okay, bring the revs up, let the clutch get low. Rushing up down on the inside, either going over to the fence, going to come back into the inside, hold it nice and tight, let the bike run up to the fence, wheels in line, coming into this first and second bend this time, I'm going to do a cutback, so I'm going to come into the bend nice and deep, turn the bike, apply the pressure to the boot, get the wheels in line, hopefully fire up the inside of any opposition. And this time round, feel the ruts in the corner. So for a little track, it really does ride quite fast, and it really is quite choppy and bumpy. I'm sure the guys will work on that in practice. You can see down right here how the track is breaking up.
I've got an English wife now, so that means that I really do enjoy riding at Cardiff, but it's a special moment. It's a track that you can hear the crowd, and the atmosphere is amazing.
I come here to do the best I can, but to win in Cardiff is something special, you know, so I always come here and try to give it every little bit extra that I got, and I plan to do that again in this one.
I think slow start, but hopefully a strong finish. I've made 2 semis and a final, so the points haven't come, but I've been getting in the right position, so tomorrow night hopefully I can get on the roster.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. Obviously, biggest event on the calendar, so you know, really looking forward to just getting out there and trying to score some more points and extend my championship lead. But you know what, it's about the bigger picture, about becoming world champion, and this is a stepping stone along the way. So as far as winning the event, yes, it would be amazing. No, it's not my priority.
You know, there's a lot of riders I can look up to. Nicky Pedersen, but I remember when I was 9 years old here, and he wouldn't give me the time of day. But you know, maybe now he tried to talk to me, but I'll probably blank him. But no, he's a great bloke, and there's, you know, a lot of great riders. You know, Tai, he's a great person to look up to.
I'm looking forward to seeing him get out there and have a ride. You know, if he just goes out there and enjoys it, there's no pressure on him. I'm sure he'll put enough pressure on himself, and you know, you can go out there and have fun in a World Championship event, and you know, you can mix it with the good guys, so it'll be interesting to watch. Atmosphere is unbelievable. That's why I say come and check it out, because I can't explain to you how good it is. No matter how much I pick it up, it doesn't match being here live. Top 16 in the world, battling for the championship. You can't underestimate anyone in our sport.